Hi, welcome to Beginner's Yoga. I'm just getting the screen right. Here we are. So we'll do, thanks again for prescribing. I'm really appreciating the support as we go through these wild times with the coronavirus. I look forward to doing the practice with you today. Beginner friendly. I'll do gentle modifications for your down dogs and up dogs. There's not going to be a lot of down dogs and up dogs. I'll give you verbal cues to add it in if you want it. I'll demonstrate ways to modify going to elbows and knees, especially with shoulder issues. I've got some friends that are nurturing shoulder issues, and I'm going to do some shoulder strengthening practices today with you, especially those who need a little bit more support. But I don't want to talk too much up front. Again, if you found this helpful, this video, and you feel like you have friends and family that would get benefit from having these videos, please forward them the link and ask them to prescribe. And again, thanks for being here today. Let's go ahead and get started on our mats. So always start comfortably. I'm going to have us start standing today. I've been having us start on the floor for the last couple of lessons. So today, feel your feet. I like to just rock into the toes, move forward and back a couple of times. Roll your shoulders back, open your chest, and just feel your body. Know where we're at, feel your space, look around the room, very familiar with your environment. And then very gently, we'll start some breathing practices. We exhale out through the nose. You can exhale out of the mouth if you prefer. And tuck your chin, keeping the shoulders nicely back and chest lifted. And on your inhale, raise your arms slowly up in front of you. This is a movement to bring awareness to filling the lungs, stretching up, then open the mouth, or keep the mouth closed and exhale the breath out through the nose or out of the mouth. I change between both. Inhale through the nose, slowly raising your arms up, reaching to the top, take in a little bit more air at the top, and then exhale, lowering the arms down, nice and easy. Chin will tuck at the bottom, and then inhale again. And again, if you have shoulder issues, you don't have to move the arms. You can just move your head up and down, exhaling. The arms are just a nice way to kind of get some movement going. Inhale up, fill the lungs with air, reaching up, all the way up, stretch to the top, and then exhale, lower the arms down, nice and easy. Good. We're going to move the shoulders. Inhale as you come up, stretch to the top, elbows go nice and wide, big open chest, and arms will extend down. Inhale again, raise your arms up slowly, lifting all the way to the top. And then exhale, elbows go nice and wide, and bring the arms down. Inhale again, big inhale, and exhale. And the shoulders are opening. Inhale again, and exhale. So you can hear my voice. I'm doing Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, you make a vibration in the back of the throat. And the exhale, you can hear that vibration pushing out, emptying the lungs. And exhale. Good. From here, let's just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Feel the movement. Bring it forward a couple of times. Good. And then lightly interlace your grip behind your back. A clasp grip is okay. Just try and see if the hands can come together. It's very good for strengthening our wrists. You'll notice that one hand squeezes a little tighter than the other hand, and that's just a normal thing to experience as we gather strength in our wrists. Gently push the hands towards one another in the back. Lift your chest and relax your shoulders down. Draw your arms back. You can see my elbows are a little bent. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe straightening the arms a little if it's here for you. Breathing in, breathing out. Squeeze the belly, squeeze the buttocks when you exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Release your hands gently. Take the arms up overhead, lengthening up. Your hands can touch above you. Reach the arms back. Gently press your hips forward. Feel the legs nice and strong. Buttocks gently squeezing. Chest up, arms reaching back. And then do a forward fold. Bend the knees and let your head hang forward. You might find that you're getting a little dizzy here with your head in a forward position. You can always come up halfway, resting hands on the thighs. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now, if the forward fold feels okay for you, you can always grab the elbow points. You can grab at the back of the knees, grabbing gently wrists or elbows or forearms. Let your head gently tuck. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale and fold. Maybe grabbing at the heels if you want a deeper stretch here. Pull the head in a little closer towards your leg. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's relax and put the fingers on the floor beside the feet. You can always use blocks at any time. I have blocks, but it's not a requirement, right? These are props that can help you get a little bit more height if you have shorter arms. And then you can always put your hands on your shin bones as you learn to flatten your back a little bit more. Pulling the belly button in as you squeeze your buttocks, tucking your chin gently. Feel the back of the neck nice and long. Deep breath in and out. And fingers can be on the blocks right beside the toe line, keeping the back nice and flat. Knees can be bent or straight. Breathing in and breathing out. What we're doing is toning the pelvic floor, engaging the urinary tract a little. When you exhale, lean the weight forward into your toes more, and bending the knees can help here. And when you exhale, squeeze your belly button, maybe squeezing the urinary tract, squeezing, gently trying to squeeze the buttocks. Then we pull the head in close towards the legs, a bend in the knees. And then taking a step back with our right foot behind us. And you're nice and high with your hips. The back leg can be long, or putting the knee on the ground for a little bit of support to see what's needed. Breathing in, breathing out, kind of bringing my chest forward, opening the chest a little, relaxing the shoulders, just opening up this right hip. Breathing in and breathing out. Your toes can be tucked or flat, which feels better for you. And at any time, you can always do a folded towel or a blanket underneath the right knee if you need a little bit of support for your knee. And again, noticing your breath. As you breathe in, let your belly soften. As you breathe out, squeeze the belly button, squeeze the right buttock. And as you breathe in, relax the right buttock, relax the belly, let the hips sink down. And breathing out again, exhaling, squeezing the belly. You can always make this a little deeper by gently lifting up through your chest. You can change block positions at any time, or without blocks, you can always put some weight into the left thigh with your left hand and your right hand pushing away from the thigh. Let your hips pull away from the ground. Let your chest lift upward and gently extending through the upper chest. Relax your shoulders. I'm going to put my hand on my chest a little here as I drop the shoulders down. Put a little pressure in your left hand on your thigh. Inhale, lift your head a little, nose towards the ceiling. This might create some tension in the neck, so just tuck your chin at times, breathing in, breathing out. This right buttock is squeezing and contracting, and you're pressing the hips gently forward as the chest continues to rise up and the head and shoulders pull gently back. Your front foot active, spread your toes out, and take nice, long, deep breaths. As I inhale, lift through the chest, and as I exhale, I squeeze through the belly and squeeze the buttock. I'm breathing in and I'm breathing out. This is a long time to be holding. You can always push the hip back a little, taking pressure out of the right hip flexor. Lunging and gently, letting the hips sink more as you advance in the practice. Feel the pelvis gently grounding down. The heart rise. Let your tail lengthen down towards the floor. Relax your shoulders again and breathe in and breathe out. Then we bring our eye gaze forward. We lean the torso forward, pulling the rib cage towards one another in the front. Right hand comes to the floor for support. Then the left hand, both hands can be on the inside of this left foot. Let your hips rock back into half cat stretch. Slide the left knee back. And you can take this support out from underneath you or put it under both knees. Hands under shoulder line. Round your back as you stretch through your shoulders. Squeeze your bottom. Squeeze your belly. Drop your belly down and bring your chest forward and tail up. That nice opening through your chest. Exhale and round. Feel the stretch through your back, squeeze your belly. If you want to make this a little stronger, as you are inhaling, let your chest rise a little, elbows bend, tuck your tails and lift your knee, or lift your tail and lift your knees off the floor. Keep the knees hovering as you round your back and squeeze your buttocks, pushing into the floor, shoulders come over your wrist line. And again, you can just notice how you're feeling, breathing in, breathing out, tucking your head. Put the knees back to the floor and then let the belly relax a little bit here. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Now we have our choices here. You can move your legs back into a plank-like position. Legs can be straight. Or you can put your knees to the ground and squeeze your belly. And take a slow movement to all the way to the floor. Let your chest touch the floor. Keep the hips hovering for a moment. Then let the belly button and thighs kiss the ground. Your feet are apart, hip width apart. Inhale, gently raise the chest and the head. Relax your shoulders and breathe here for a couple of breaths. You're breathing in. And you're breathing out. Squeeze your belly as you exhale. Squeeze your buttocks. You can put a little pressure in the hands as the back bend starts to open up. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Breathing in, breathing out. You can push back onto your hands and knees, pushing back with your hips. Let your head hang through between the arms. Elbows can bend and rest on the floor. Inhaling and exhaling a couple of breaths here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Taking your time. Inhale and exhale. You can lift your eye gaze and look forward, mindful of your shoulders again. You can bring your body weight forward, stay on your elbows, stay on your forearms, and hold here. Those of you who want to go into your down dog, you will press up, push the hips back, lift the tail, and let the arms extend gently from the elbow points. Keep the connection to the floor with your 10 fingers. Gaze between your arms and look at your toes. Breathe in. You can bend the right knee and the left knee, breathing out. If you're on your elbows and knees, keep taking long, deep breaths. And then we make our way slowly, all of us together on your elbows and knees. Make your way to standing and all the way to the top of your mat. Let your head hang. Grab your elbow points in front, or rest your hands on your shins if you need to take some pressure off your belly. Breathe in and breathe out. Slow rounding up. Lift up through the chest. Take the arms back up overhead. Lengthen here. Stretch back gently. And then reaching out with your arms wide. Come forward again as you exhale. Again, grabbing elbows if you like, or bending your knees, grabbing behind the back of the legs. Empty your lungs, or having that nice little support, hands on shin bones. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We'll all make our way back to the floor, stepping back with your left foot this time. Feel that nice high lunge. Again, blocks can come under shoulder line. I'm on the tips of my fingers, giving myself some height. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You can lower the left knee to the ground. Let the hips sink a little and find that nice deep breath. I'm inhaling, filling the lungs. I'm exhaling, squeezing the belly, squeezing the left buttock. Breathing in and breathing out. Feeling the hips soften and sink down. Nice compression in the right hip. You can put some weight in the right hand and start to lift the hip, lift the chest away from the thigh. The hips can pull back a little as you put some pressure into the hands. Lift the chest and look upwards. I'm placing my left hand on my chest, taking a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then you can feel that left hip opening gradually, leaning back the head a little, inhaling, exhaling. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feeling that nice big stretch in the left hip flexor. Inhaling and exhaling. Then lightly tuck your chin, pull the rib cage back in towards one another. Left hand to the ground, right hand to the ground. Slide your hips back. Knees on the hip line, hands on the shoulder line. Round your back like a cat. And again, cat can be a nice charging cat, where you can tuck your toes and lift your knees, drop your belly, bend your elbows, lift your tail. And then rounding through your back again, squeeze your stomach, squeeze your belly, lower your belly down, bring your chest forward, and then round your back again, squeeze your belly, squeeze your bottom. And then from here, you can do your chaturanga again, or you can stay with me and go onto your elbow points and rest your head between your arms. You can do the chaturanga, the upward dog, and the downward dog if you would like that. Breathing in, breathing out, working on the breath, toning the pelvic floor. As you exhale, squeeze your belly a little, tuck your tail, squeeze your bottom. As you inhale, relax the abdominal wall. And then as you exhale, squeeze the abdominal wall in. Gentle squeeze of urinary tract. Just feeling those muscles getting strong. Okay, everyone, eyes forward, shoulders come forward. If you're with me on the elbows and knees, we're going to make our way to a standing position. Take your way to standing. You can jump, step, or hop to the top of your mats. When you come to the top, fold your body weight forward, a bend in the knees. I'm grabbing behind my knees as I pull the head towards the legs. Take a nice deep breath in and a good, decent breath out. Empty your lungs, maybe straightening the legs at this final stage as you pull your upper body and your lower body together. Release your hands, and it's a slow round up. When you get to the top, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch for a moment. Feel the right hand and the left hand touching one another. Feel each of the fingertips together, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger touching. Your fingertips touch, stretch up out of your waist, lengthen through the waist. Reach your tailbone down between your heels. Feel your 10 toes, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. All the toes pressing into the floor. Bend your elbows, place your thumbs to your sternum. Keep your knees hip-width apart and bend the knees and squat down halfway. You can stretch both hands forward to the front at shoulder height, wiggle your fingers and sink down in your hips a little bit more. Make sure your knees stay hip-width apart. There's a tendency they may want to knock together. So there's this movement here as I sit. Sometimes my knees want to knock together. That's a different pose. So separate your heels a little wider apart, feet about hip-width apart, and then as you sit down, let the knees separate a little. Feeling those strong leg muscles as you sit down more, let your chest rise and let the shoulders relax down away from your ears. You may start to feel a little bit of heat coming into your body. You can take the arms up a little bit higher in front of you, bending at the elbow points, open the chest, and feel your sternum lifting. Your shoulders drop down at the top. Your sternum pushes forward. Your belly button pulls in and your buttocks gently squeezing. Plug into your toes, all 10 toes. Feel the earth underneath you. Feel your 10 fingertips like lightning reaching up towards the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep the belly button pulling in and the chest rising. Deep breath in, deep breath out. You're not alone when you feel shaking in your body. Breathe into that. Take another deep breath in. You may feel a dull ache through the muscles of your legs or your buttocks or your feet. Sometimes our feet cramp. Sometimes the legs shake. Breathe into that. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Squeeze your belly. Let your chest rise a little bit more, arms pulling back. And then finally, in these last moments, smiling, breathe in and breathe out. Arms can float down as the legs straighten out. Bring your hands behind your back once again. Interlace the grip, open the shoulders and stretch the chest open. Maybe hands are squeezing together. Maybe they're working their way there. Maybe your elbows are still bent. Breathe in and breathe out. Move your hips forward a little bit more. Feel the front of your thighs contract and squeeze your buttocks. Then straighten the arms again and point your nose to the ceiling. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release your hands now. Take a big inhale. Stretch your arms up overhead. Palms will lightly touch above your head. Thumbs pull down towards your sternum. Relax your shoulders in mountain pose. Feel the connection to the floor. Feel the connection to each breath in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend both knees, squat down halfway. We'll step our right foot back behind us at a 45-degree angle. Depending on the flexibility of your ankle point, will be how far you can step your back foot back. Depending on the flexibility and mobility of this front leg, bend the front knee a little, heel toe the left foot to the left, get a little bit of a wider stance, and then lifting up through the chest. Reach up with your arms and stretch your thumbs to the wall behind you. You can bend the elbows, open the shoulders wide, elbows and forearms pulling to the sides of the room. Then let your head go back a little. You can straighten the arms up again like you hold a giant ball above your head and breathe into this. If you notice tension creeping into your neck, and you clenching your teeth, I want you to relax your mouth. Let your tongue drop to the bottom of the mouth. Relax your shoulders and breathe. Feel your legs taking into the strength. Your back foot, your right buttock, your front knee nice and bent. And reach up and stretch back again. Breathe here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now we look forward and we lengthen up through the front leg. Straightening the front leg just a little bit here. Bring the right hip bone forward slightly. Reach up through both arms. Lengthen through your rib cage and come forward halfway. Bend your front knee and feel the weight come into your front toes a little bit. Push into your back foot more and let your head and chest reach forward towards the front. This front knee can stay nice and bent as you continue to lengthen through your waist and lengthen the arms. Inhale and exhale. When you're exhaling, squeeze your ribs and belly more. When you inhale, try to keep the belly button engaged as you take the opening into the back of your shoulders. Feel the opening through the shoulder blades as you breathe in and breathe out. You can come up a little bit here, take the pressure out, bend the front knee and straighten it. Bending the front knee forward and back, feel the mobility of the joint. Reach up with the arms and put the left hand to the left buttock. Your right hand can come forward, right at shoulder height, and lengthen it to the front of the room. Take your shoulder with you, pull it forward like someone is holding your hand, and pull the left hip back as you slowly straighten the left leg a little. Right shoulder pulls forward, left hip pulls back. Squeeze your belly. Maybe the right arm just dangles and swings like an elephant trunk, moving forward and back. Maybe the hand can push against the thigh for a moment of this right leg, and then slide the hand to the inside part of the left leg. Maybe it's above the knee on the left leg, or below the knee at the calf muscle. Lightly press into the leg with the hand and squeeze your belly more. Breathe in and breathe out. This left hand can stay on the left buttock or reach it forward and stretch it up and back. Feel both arms long, both legs are starting to straighten, and the belly button nicely squeezing. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend the front knee, take both hands back up again, reaching towards the ceiling. Lengthen here. Then bring the hands to the ground. I'm putting both hands on the inside of the foot as I slide the hip back. Those of you who are happy to stay with the shoulders, you'll go into your down dog, separating hands shoulder distance apart and knees going back and forth. Those nurturing shoulders with me, come onto your elbow points and rock your hips from side to side as the knees go separated, a little bit wider, breathing in and breathing out. You can let your head rock from side to side. Deep breath in and deep breath out. In downward dog, you can move into your plank position and do your chaturangas again, and your upward dog and your downward dog. With me on the elbows to strengthen the front of the shoulders. Lightly interlace the grip. Keep your knees on the floor for now and move forward with your head and hold here for a moment, squeezing your belly and squeezing your buttocks. As you're breathing in and breathing out, holding the strength in the front of the shoulders and the belly. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then we go back. We're all going to make our way to the standing position at the top of the mat. Hands under shoulders with me. Make your way to standing, a slow walk or a jump. When you land to the top, inhale a halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Give yourself a good squeeze, empty your lungs of air, and then come up on the inhale, slowly rounding up. Your hands will meet over your head once again. And then thumbs gently reaching back behind you, arms reaching back, hips moving forward a little. Feel that nice stretch. Then separate the hands at shoulder height. Bend the knees again, separating the heels a little further apart. And the hands come down to shoulder height again. You're sitting in this strong pose, pulling in through your belly, squeezing your buttocks, relaxing the shoulders down. Again, the arms can come up a little, bending at elbow points, open the chest nice and wide. And breathe here, keeping the shoulders relaxed. As you learn to use these leg muscles, bend the knees more. Feel it through your ankles. Let your knees separate a little bit wider. Press into each of your 10 toes. Feel the earth under the feet. Inhaling and exhaling. Squeeze your belly button in just a little bit more. Squeeze your buttocks and breathe. You can stretch the arms up more if you like without crunching the shoulders or clenching your jaw. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your buttocks. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. Remember to smile in these moments of these gentle challenges. You're feeling the body heating up, feeling the legs shaking a little. This is normal. Breathe. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. Good. Now place the hands together, thumbs to the sternum. Feel the shoulders relaxing down. And then squat down a little bit more. Take your left foot behind you at a 45-degree angle. Heel toe the right foot to the right a little. Slide the left foot back. See how the hips feel here. Left hip slightly forward. Arms reaching up above your head. Relax your shoulders. Elbows maybe going wide. You can even pull the elbow points down. See how the shoulders are feeling right now. Drop your hands down and pull your thumbs back. This is a nice strengthening movement for the shoulders as well. Then if the shoulders feel okay, reach the arms back up again and gently draw the thumbs back. This front leg can bend and straighten just to find the mobility in this leg. Good. Bend the front knee a little bit more and reach back. Draw the belly button in and reach your tailbone down to the floor. Let your chest lift. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And now you move your right hand gently to your right buttock. Feel that nice support in the lower back. Draw the rib cage in the front. Pull the ribs in as you lean forward, using your abdominal wall as you come out in front with this left arm. This left arm is pulling forward to the front. Let the arm and shoulder reach through while this right hip pulls back, slowly starting to straighten this right leg. Try not to overextend this right leg. Use your muscles first. So I'm going to keep it a little bent as I learn to pull, reach through the shoulder and squeeze the belly more. Feel your feet active. All your toes are working here. Now this left arm can hang like an elephant trunk. Just let it swing a little. Get the mobility through the shoulder if it's here for you. I'm going to rest the left hand on the left thigh while continuing to squeeze the abdominal wall and squeeze the belly. Bring the left hand now to the calf muscle or just above the knee on the inside of your leg. You're putting a little pressure with your hand against the leg as you squeeze the belly button and squeeze the buttocks. This right hand has a choice now to stay where it is and to open the chest gently this way, or to reach the arm up and through. Get a nice long length through the arm. This left hand may even extend towards the calf muscle, putting a little pressure into the hand, or sliding down to the ankle line. Try not to lose the strength of your spine and your belly. Breathing in, breathing out. Use your legs and breathe. From here, bend the front knee. Bring both hands up gently towards the ceiling. Take the pressure out of the joints, lengthening up and reach. And then maybe bring both hands to the floor. And we slide our hips back. You go to down dog or you're on your knees again. Feeling the nice deep stretch through your shoulders in the down dog and the stretch in the back of your legs. You can be on your knees and your elbows with me with a light interlace grip, bringing the shoulders forward for strength. You can stay on the knees and keep the body weight forward while squeezing the belly. If you're in down dog, you can do a couple of things here. You can take the right leg up, pointing and flexing the right toes, if that's for you. And you can switch sides, switching out the leg, pointing and flexing. So lots of good variations here for those on your toes or those with me on the knees and the elbows. You can also bring this a little bit stronger if you want. If you're on your knees and elbows, your right leg can extend behind you. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, and we'll do the other side. Those in down dog, if you want, you're doing your chaturangas, your upward dog, your downward dog. We're all going to make our way to standing once again. From here, with me, make your way to standing, tuck your toes, walk your hips up slowly. Take your time, any way we can get to the top. Bend the knees, empty your lungs, maybe give yourself a big squeeze here. Then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and squeeze the air out one more time. And slowly we round up, coming all the way up. Let your hands touch overhead. Let's pause for a moment, feeling the 5 fingertips meeting one another. Thumbs touching, index fingers touching, middle finger, ring finger, little fingers touching. Feel the connection with the floor, with your toes and your heels. Feel the connection through your legs and your belly. And then a gentle stretch back. Bring the thumbs to your sternum and relax your shoulders down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Arms come up again on the inhale. Reach up with your arms. Touch your palms and interlace the grip above your head. You can bend to your right, a gentle side bend here. You can bend the elbows, opening up the side bend. You can put one hand, your right hand on your right thigh as you stretch through the left side, squeezing your belly as you reach. Coming back to center. You can hold it here and bend to the left as your hips move to the right. Breathing in, breathing out. Bend those elbows, open the chest. Breathing in, maybe left hand comes down to the left thigh. Right hand reaching over, stretching through the side body. Come back to center. Let your hands touch. Let the arms float down and breathe for a moment. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. Put a smile on your face as you breathe in and breathe out. Feel that vitality moving through your body. Arms up again, reaching back, stretch back, forward fold again. Exhale. So if you're getting a little tired of the forward folds, put your hands on your thighs and keep the back nice and flat here. If you're okay with the forward folds, you may want to do a variation of forward folds. You can bend the knees, separate the knees a little wider, put your right elbow around, and maybe start to tuck the chin as you pull your head in a little bit more towards your legs. You'll find these movements, bending the knees outward, elbows in, tuck your chin, feeling that big shoulder stretch as well. We're happy here, wherever you're at. We're happy up here, wherever we're at, right? Bending the knees, breathing in, breathing out. We'll slowly round back up again. Inhale as you lift up. Reach up with your arms above your head. Palms touch, thumbs to sternum. Bend the knees and squat down. Step your right foot back behind you at a 45-degree angle. Bend the front knee. Feel that nice movement. Stretch up with both arms And take the arms wide for warrior two. Left hand will come forward in front of the left thigh. Right arm, reach it back. Let's bend the front knee a couple more times. Breathing in and breathing out. So we can bend the knee, feel the strength of your legs here, and stay in this position for a couple of breaths. You want to bend your right elbow and pull it to the wall behind you, and then straighten the arm out. This right middle finger should be in line with your right ankle line. This left arm, bend the elbow and pull the elbow back and extend through the fingertips. Open through the chest and shoulders. This right shoulder, pull it back a little bit more. Drop the top of your shoulders and feel the collarbones in the front stretching wide open. You want to feel the muscles in the back between your shoulder blades starting to work a little bit as you bend the elbows slightly and pull the arms back. And straighten the elbow points again. This front leg can straighten a little as you get a little tired. Then bend the front knee again, coming back into the warrior two. We'll lean our body weight forward slightly. Put the elbow on the thigh, palm facing up for now. Right hand, reach it straight up above your head. Lengthen here. We're going to do movements through the right shoulder. You'll bend your elbow first and draw a circle with the elbow point, moving it all the way round, opening through the shoulder line. You pull the elbow around in a full circle, opening through the chest and shoulder, then change direction, go the other way. Learning to use the rotation of the shoulder, finding those muscles along your spine. Take the elbow back up to the top and push the forearm and elbow back behind you. Take the hand and bring it around your back, reverse bind. So the elbow will bend, the back of the hand will touch the back. And breathe in and open your chest once more. This front leg can straighten a little, take the pressure off the arm, bending and straightening the front leg again, finding the strength. Breathe here. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. Take the right hand back up towards the ceiling. Now stretch the arm all the way forward. Look at the floor and look at your left big toe. Feel the extension through the side body. Squeeze your belly and reach a little more. We're going to look at the floor. Put the right hand on the ground. Fingertips underneath the shoulder line. Lift the right heel. Stay long in this front leg. Put some weight in that left hand on the left thigh. Twist your torso and look at the left side of the room. And reach this left hand straight up towards the ceiling. At any time, put the right knee on the floor. If you feel like you need a good little rest here, breathe into that. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and now the left hand will come down. You can put both knees to the ground for support. Slide the left leg back. Keep your toes tucked under. Rest your elbows on the floor. Let your head hang. And take nice, long, deep breaths. This can be pretty intense on your knees and hips, so modify where you need to go. Maybe your bottom stays up above the hip line. And then you ease your way back gently, widening the knees as you need. See how your shoulders feel. Maybe this is it for the shoulders today. Keep them where they are. Or maybe take the elbow points a little bit wider apart and let your head drop towards the floor a little. Deep inhale and exhale. So again, those of you who want that chaturanga, you can do your chaturanga here, your upward dog and your downward dog. Those of you who are happy, just feeling that nice, gentle stretch through the shoulders, stay here. And then slowly we push back up and we make our way to standing again. Move your hips back. It's a walk, it's a jump, it's a float. However you get to the top, find your way there. Inhale halfway. Let your chest lift away from your thighs. Flatten through the back. Exhale and fold a little, empty your lungs, and take the arms up to the sides. lifting up and stretching to the ceiling. Get a nice big stretch here. Bring the hands back down to the heart center. Relax your shoulders. Let's bend the knees and squat down halfway and step the left foot back at a 45-degree angle. You'll bend your front knee and then straighten it. Bending and straightening. Both hands will come up overhead. On the inhale, take your arms wide for warrior two. Front leg can straighten a little. Bend it. Right arm comes forward, left hand pulls back. So you find your strength, moving in and out gently. Good. From here now, taking that nice bend in the elbows, feel the back. That left shoulder's pulling back more as you extend through both arms. Front knees nice and bent. Breathe into this. Relax your shoulders down, squeeze your belly, and squeeze both buttocks. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You're discovering your strength and power from your feet through your legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend the elbows again and pull those elbow points back behind you. Straighten the arms and feel the muscles between your shoulder blades. Take your right elbow, rest it on the thigh lightly, and then the left hand comes straight up overhead. You can bend this left elbow, finding mobility in the shoulder line. Making full circle as you make the rotation through the shoulder, changing direction. Feel these movements, moving the shoulder around, breathing in, breathing out. Good. Take the arm back up, bend the elbow point, pull the elbow and forearm behind you more, and then reversing, bending at the elbow, the palm faces away from your body, the back of the hand towards the body. Roll open the chest. Breathing in, breathing out. Squeeze your belly. Feel those strong legs. Shaking is fun. Breathe into that. Then take that left hand up towards the ceiling. Reach it through the side. Feel that length through the side body. Looking at the right toes down below. Feel the length of your body. Reach, reach, reach. And now the left hand comes to the ground. Lift the left heel. Right hand on the top of the thigh. And you can always put this left knee to the ground here. See where you need your support. I'm pushing off this right thigh with my hand to get the torso and chest to lift a little bit as I twist the torso to the right. The tail tucks and the belly pulls in. Bend the front knee a little more. Maybe the right hand wants to reach up. Stretching through fingertips. And feel that left knee on the ground at any time. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Look at the floor. Look at the hand. And then both hands come to the ground. Slide your hips back. You can go all the way back into your down dog if you like. Feeling that nice stretch. If you're in your down dog, you can stack your hips. Right leg will come up first, bending at the knee joint. This is a little tricky. So you'll bring your shoulders forward a little bit and then open the hip as you gently twist. Right shoulder will want to lift and twist out of this. See if you can keep the right shoulder down. My friends, on your knees and your elbows. You can do this on your knees and elbows. Right leg will come behind you. You bend your knee and lift the hip, keeping both elbows and forearms on the floor. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. You can switch sides, down dog. You can take your hips up to down dog again and do the left side. Stacking the left hip and feeling the rotation through the spine. Stacking the hips gently. Breathing in and breathing out. Stack the hips. Squeeze the left buttock more and lift the left knee higher. Breathe in, breathe out, and come back to center. You're on your toes in down dog. You can do your plank, your chaturanga, your upward dog, your downward dog. If you're with me, come forward with your shoulders and strengthen here. You're happy to move forward and back a couple of times for the dolphin push-up, if that's for you. Or happy to stay with me and build the strength gradually, breathing in, breathing out. Good. If you finish your chaturangas, come back into coming onto your elbows and knees with us, and then resting here for a moment, breathing in, breathing out. We'll all go back with our hips. Separate your knees comfortably apart. You'll take your fists to the ceiling, gentle with your shoulders here as you stretch through the backs of the shoulders, the triceps, and stretching your knees as well as you sit your bottom back. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, your shoulders are sensitive. That's going to be pretty intense, so bring your weight forward again. You can come up into cat pose and do a shoulder stretch here, threading the needle. Round your back first. Slide your right hand all the way through to the left side, putting the right shoulder on the ground and the head on the ground. Level the hips here. Slide your hips to the right a little. Keep both feet on the floor. There's a tendency that your feet want to kind of lift up and the hips and the feet all pull towards the left side. What would it be like to keep your feet apart? Keep the feet down and only move the hip to the right. This left top arm can straighten out if the shoulder's okay. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm sliding my hips to the right, increasing the stretch through my right shoulder, the right rib cage. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's put the hands underneath the shoulder line again. Deep inhale, deep long exhale, deep inhale, deep long exhale. We really opened up the lung channel on the right side. Now we'll do the left side. Take the right hand, bring it forward a little. Then bring this left hand through. Put the left shoulder on the floor. This right hand can be supportive here. Now again, make sure your feet haven't touched one another. Keep your feet apart, your knees apart. My hips naturally slide to the right like this. I'm going to push my hips to the left a little bit more. That will increase the stretch along the left rib cage to the left shoulder. Feel the hips pressing gently to the left, nothing too extreme, just feel the stretch. Once you feel the stretch, now take a nice deep breath into your lungs. Deep inhale and deep long exhales. Slide the hips to the left. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. Squeeze your belly a little. And one more breath on your own. Good, and then we put the hands under the shoulder line. Feel that nice release through the cat. Round your back, squeeze your belly. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. I'm keeping the back in a rounded position as I breathe in and out. Squeezing the abdominals and squeezing the buttocks as I exhale. Good. From here, let your right leg extend behind you. Feel a good stretch. Take your left hand out in front. Feel that nice stretch. You can take a twist as you lengthen through the left. Breathe in, breathe out. And do the same on the other side. Left leg long, right arm long. Gently twisting, reaching, breathing in, breathing out. Put the hands back underneath the shoulder line. Feel that nice stretch. Tuck your toes under now as we stretch through the feet, getting the arches of our feet now. Put your fingers up under shoulder line. Tip of the fingers on the floor. Rock back into your toes. I'm going to show you the movements here. So you can see I'm kind of in a leapfrog position. Hands are on the floor in front. This can be really uncomfortable for ankles and knees. So I'm with you. Know that you can be high up in the air as you're learning this pose. As you start to open up the areas of the joints of the knees, you might feel intense cramping in the arches of your feet too. That's very common. Just notice how you're feeling here. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, if your knees are apart and you feel okay here, drop the knees wide and let your belly rest between your thighs. Maybe elbows come onto the floor. Let your head hang. And breathe here a little bit more. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. Some of you have a folded blanket or a towel. You can always put that underneath the heels at the back for a little bit of arch support too, as you're learning to do this one. We're here for a good couple of minutes in this one, so don't be worried about finding a towel or a blanket or a pillow to put under your heels. You've got time. Breathe in and breathe out. So again, you're going to rock forward. You can come into your knees, keeping your toes tucked under. This is a very intense one for the feet. You can sit in Vajrasana with the toes tucked under. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe that's not for you today with the knees on the ground. Maybe you need a little bit of support under your knees. So this is where blocks can come in handy, or a good solid cushion under the knees. So you've got a little bit of height here, taking pressure out of your ankle points right now. Good. Breathing in and breathing out, feeling these deep stretches. So you take your time wherever you're at, let your head drop. Maybe your elbows are on the floor. If your elbows are on the floor, maybe you want to bring your hands around and grab your heels, dropping elbow points wide. Let the head come towards the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, it's the support of elbows pushing down, hips sinking down, buttocks sinking down, head dropping down. Feeling a tremendous stretch along the spine, a deep stretch into your groin. You can also have the elbow points on the floor here, and then pull the knees towards your rib cage and hold your knees against your ribs here. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, I'm here with you where your ankles are tight. Maybe you've had enough and you're like, that's it, I can't do that anymore. You can take a break for a moment, breathing in, breathing out. Everything is baby steps, and we meet our body where we're at. This might be your first class that you've done. This might be your third class that you've ever done. This could be your 300 class or your 1,000 class or however long. But we're all in it, meeting ourselves where we're at. And we're gentle with ourselves. Let the head hang. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. From here, we'll take a gentle stretch forward with the arms. You can take your hips up a little bit higher now. Walk your feet back a couple of inches. Knees go back and forth a couple of times, little cha-cha. And then we're going to lay on our stomach. Let the legs stretch out behind you. Let your right hand sit on top of your left hand for crocodile, and let your head hang. Let all that blood flow get into your feet, your lower back. Feel it run through your spine. Deep breath in, deep breath out. I want you to feel really proud of yourself for making to just show up on your mat today. I want you to feel your belly kissing the ground with each breath in. Just stick your tummy out. Let the earth take away any tension. Very good for the girls with premenstrual tension. Very good during our period cycle to get a nice belly massage. Laying on our stomach, let the earth take the aches from our body. And it's really good for anyone who has lower back pain right now. Any sciatica issues, I want you to stick your belly button into the floor when you inhale. And when you exhale, gently squeeze your belly button, squeeze your bottom a little, squeeze your urinary tract. Feel that nice little squeeze happening. Let your legs squeeze a little. And then relax all those muscles. Relax your buttocks, relax your legs. And stick your belly out again into the floor. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale again, squeeze your urinary tract, squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your belly button. And then another big inhale as you relax all the muscles again. And then it's here where I just say to the earth, you can take this discomfort from my body, let the pain, let that magnetic field of the earth just suck that tension out of our bellies, suck it out of our backs. Maybe it's in your shoulders today, your sore shoulders, right? You know, Sangeeta and Leanne have shoulder stuff going on, so I'm with you right now as you relax your shoulders and let the earth suck that tension out of your shoulders today. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And then we lift our eye gaze a little here. You can see I'm in a back bend already. My elbows are still quite wide apart. And I'm putting a little bit of pressure in my forearms. Maybe your chin stays on your hands today. And this is the back bend you need right now. Your feet go straight back behind you. Your knees are not turning outward, like you don't have ballet feet, meaning your toes out. You want your tops of your feet connecting to the floor. So however wide apart you need to separate your legs to keep the top of the feet towards the ground. Feel your big toes on the floor, then your second toe, third, fourth, and little toe pressing down into the floor. So you can get each of your toes to touch the ground. May not happen today. It's not the focus. Just see if you can just open up the feet a little this way. Then push some weight into your forearms and elbows. Lightly lift your head a little bit. Feel the rib cage melting into the floor when you do this. Drop the head back down. Take the pressure out of the ribs a little. Tuck your tailbone and push your pubic bone down a little. Feel the front of the pubic bone down. Nothing too hard, gentle. And then relax your buttocks. Let the pubic bone relax away from the floor. Kind of lifting your bottom in the air a little and lift your head a little. Get a nice massage in the kidney line in the back. Tail in the air. Chest is up a little bit. And then I want you to drop your head and chest down. Pull the rib cage in. Squeeze your belly button. Squeeze your bottom. And press into the front of the pubic bone a little. Empty your lungs of air. Have no air left in your lungs. Then relax your bottom a little. As you inhale, let your chest lift a little. Let your bottom lift a little. That curve. And then exhale. Squeeze again. You can turn your head to one side if it's more comfortable for the neck. And then inhale. Stick your belly into the floor. Let your tail lift a little. And then as you exhale, squeeze your belly, squeeze your bottom and thighs, pull your heels towards each other a little. And then relax again. Good. Now if you want a deeper back bend, you can go up higher onto your elbow points and let your head hang. This is a really good one for anyone who's trying to realign their vertebrae and can't get to their favorite chiropractors. This is a really good one to realign the vertebrae. Drop your head, let your pelvis soften into the floor, and let your buttocks relax. Take a nice long deep inhale, a nice long deep exhale, and that deep, deep release through the spine. Keep the hips on the ground. Keep relaxing the head down. Breathing in, breathing out. Just feeling that beautiful release through the front of your hips. A deep release through the back of the shoulders. Good, and then you can lift your head up gently here. Turn your head to your right. And then tuck your chin, let the head hang. Breathe in, breathe out. And you are supposed to feel a dull ache in this, like the bones and the back are kind of moving closer together and the muscles surrounding those bones. There's a dull ache, but not a sharp shooting pain or anything like that. Lift your chest again, turn your head to your left. And just looking over to the left a little, stretching the muscles along the right side of your spine. And then bring your head back to center, drop the head once again. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and then we're going to make our way up to laying on our back. Put the hands underneath the shoulder blades or under the shoulders. You can do more of a stretch. Here I am sitting in my joints. That's okay. Bend the elbows and drop the shoulders. And there's a little bit more where you're not trying to crunch up through your neck. You're just kind of giving your collarbones and everything a little bit more openness here. Okay, let's take our time coming back and lay on our back. You can bring your legs forward as we get ready for our final Shavasana. Thank you again for coming in today. And again, all beginners yoga, we meet each other where we're at. We meet our body where we're at. Like each day is a different story. So coming onto our back, a gentle way to enter this is to hold the back of your knees, pull your knees together, and squeeze your inner thighs as you roll your vertebrae back to the floor. Let your shoulders touch the ground, and then walk your feet in a couple of inches. You can lift your bottom up off the floor, and then stretch your arms above your head for a moment. I've got the buttocks just an inch or so off the ground. I want you to tuck your tailbone between your knees. It's like imagine your tail is trying to reach up to the ceiling. It's quite an extension through the lower back. Your upper back is on the floor, so the back of your shoulders, but your tail, your lower back is off the ground, so you're lengthening that tail. Draw your belly button in more, and then imagine for a second that you've got like a volleyball or a squash, what's the other balls? Baseball between your knees. So volleyball is a little bit bigger. And then you've got your baseball between your knees, squeezing it. Pull the urinary tract in. Close off the sphincter. Get the urogenital organs, get those muscles to contract a little for you. Sphincter, urinary tract. And feel those muscles just gently squeezing for a moment. And relax those muscles. And relax your belly a little. And then try it again, one more. See, I've got my tail the whole time lifted. Feel the feet. Pull the knees in a little. Urinary tract squeezing. Sphincter muscle squeezing. So we squeeze those strong muscles. Pull the belly button in. Squeeze the abdominal wall for a moment. This is really, really good for toning the pelvic floor as a beginner. And relax the muscles. Relax your buttocks. And let your lower back now lightly touch the ground. Pull the knees in towards your chest. And you can grab your knees and lightly give yourself a squeeze, rocking your hips from side to side. That good massage. You can roll all the way to one side. And you can roll all the way over to the other side. Just feeling that rotation. Rolling just like babies would roll. I'm rolling my back and my shoulders. Good. Just feeling that stretch, and maybe the legs want to extend a little. One leg long, one arm long. Just feeling that stretch, just where you want to go in these last movements. Some of you may want to do a happy baby here. You know, there's a few of my friends that love this one. So you bend your knees and you grab at the arches of your feet. Gently pull on the feet, lower back pressing into the floor. You can have your tail in the air and then press your bottom down, lower back down, breathing in and out. You can bend the left leg, bend the left knee and pull the right leg out to a straight position. You can slide your hand to the back of the knee as the leg straightens, reaching it out, pointing and flexing the toes. Do the other side, stretching out, feeling that nice stretch, opening the inner thigh. It's really lovely. And then bringing your feet together, Baddha Konasana. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Maybe clasp your hands around the feet. Hold the feet together as you press the lower back onto the floor and gently rolling through the shoulder blades till the head touches the ground. And then gently squeeze your buttocks, opening the knees nice and wide apart. Good. And one more squeeze with your knees into your chest. Straighten out the left leg and keep the right knee nice and bent. And pull the knee across to the left side, right hand to the side. Let this right hip push away a little bit. Letting that lower back open up. Turning your head to your right. And do the other side. And you can stay as long as you like in these, right? Don't feel like I'm rushing you. Please don't feel that way. Left hip forward and down a little. I put some pressure on the top of my left thigh just to open that SI joint a little bit here. Feels so nice. Down through this left IT band. Feels good. Give yourself a little fascia rub. Rub your thigh, rub your buttock. Turn your head to the left. If you're isolating like me, you want to feel the fascia line. Give your legs a good rub. Give your knees and feet a good rub. Give your chest and shoulders a good rub. This feels really nice to give yourself some nice squeezes. Take your time. I'm going to roll up gently, one vertebrae at a time. You can, with a little momentum, roll forward and up, or roll on your side and roll up like children. And then coming with your legs in front, crisscross your legs. Take a moment here. And relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Let your arms extend out. Feel a little bit more height. Sometimes sitting on a blanket allows the hips a little bit more comfort. A little bit more height. And you can slide one foot in and the other foot in. Let the knees drop down. Take your time. Sitting cross-legged doesn't work for you. Just stretch the legs out. And maybe sit like this, keeping the spine upright. Whatever feels good. Relax your shoulders. Let your chest lean forward a little bit. Relax your belly. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Here we have a little gratitude for the practice that came in today. I thank the teachers that were before me. I thank the lineage of the path that my teachers have walked in the footsteps of the masters, so that I get to share this practice with you today. I'm eternally grateful for the teachers. I feel the earth under my feet, under my hips. I feel the support of my spine and my body. I feel my muscles, internal organs. I feel the blood flowing through my veins. I can feel the heartbeat and the gentle pulse through my spine. I can feel the air entering and leaving my lungs with each breath. I feel genuinely grateful to be alive. This body is a gift for a short amount of time. So breathe in and breathe out. I recognize the gift with each breath. Eternally blessed, eternally grateful for the life this body shares. We'll rub our hands together in front of our chest. Give yourself a nice little rub here. Feel the heat in your palms. Let your hands lightly sit over your eyes. Take a big inhale. And then let your hands touch over your head as you exhale. And touch the back of the neck. Touch your throat. Give your shoulders a good squeeze down through your arms, to your wrists and fingers, back to your chest and lungs again. Touch your belly. Touch your hip bones. Run your hands down your back, your buttocks. Run your hands to your knees. Rub your knees. Touching your shins and your feet. Give your feet a little squeeze. Thank the earth as always. Blessed earth, we thank you for the abundance that we receive each day. May we continue to be nourished by this blessed earth and that we nourish the earth back. Let's teach the children's children how to take care of this blessed earth. And then as we place the hands to the heart, we finish with 3 Oms. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for joining in. See you tomorrow. Take care. Eat well. Drink lots of fluids. And take care of your beautiful body. See you tomorrow. Bye.